Well, hello. This is me, Leonard Wells, broadcasting once again from Haslingden, north of Manchester in the UK. Today is Thursday, the 6th of January 2011. I want to say something today about the proposed high-speed railway link that the government has indicated it will fund and which will be completed by about 2026, costing £30 billion. Now, they've told us what it will cost to build it, but they haven't told us what it will cost to travel on it. Because the way the Conservatives run railways is to either sell it off or let some private company rip off the travelling public. Now you've only got to look at what's current today. We have incredibly high prices to travel on the train. A walk-up fare from Manchester to London of £130, single. A fare of £1,000 from Newquay in Cornwall to the Kyle of Locouch if you buy a walk-up first-class ticket. Now, if you think about it, if you think of the cost of £30 billion for the railways, for this high-speed railway, what the hell is it going to cost to be a passenger? If they hive it out to a private company, if there are any private companies crazy enough to even consider running such an undertaking, it will cost £500 return from London to Birmingham. In other words, it will become for the rich only, not for the benefit of the ordinary travelling public. Now, the government can't tell you otherwise, because it would otherwise have to subsidise such a railway to an incredible extent. So, before we go rushing into spending £30 billion, let's think what else we could do with £30 billion. Our present railways are a mess. They're a mess because government after government, after government after government, since the First World War, has let them go to rack and ruin. This enormous undertaking, which the Victorians bust their guts to give us, has fallen to bits, effectively. Because Beeching got rid of at least a third of the railway mileage in this country, thanks to a government which was wedded to the motor car, run by a transport minister who had shares in a road building company. So I just want to let you have a little think about this high-speed line and what it might cost to travel on it, and then think what we could do to make our railways better. Well, to begin with, we can get rid of this crazy third rail electric pickup system they have down in the southeast of England, which is very old-fashioned and in our kind of climate is unfortunate, because very often the pickup rail will freeze over. In addition, great chunks of our railway don't have any electrical power whatsoever. So we have a system where trains only with a third rail pickup can run. We have overhead rail where trains only with an overhead pickup can run, or diesel trains can run. We need to sort that out. Why didn't we in the start of this century see the future? After the Second World War, we went back to building steam engines when everybody else on the planet was into diesel and electric. Now we're miles behind. So with 30 billion, we could make every inch of track in the UK overhead power, so that any electric train could run using that power system from Land's End to John O'Groats, well actually from Plymouth up to Thurso and Wick, because we don't have trains to Land's End or John O'Groats. We could then widen the loading gauge a little. We could raise the bridges so that we could have double-decker trains, which we can't have at the moment, and we could have carry bigger containers, which we can't at the moment. I'd also like to see through trains from London, Manchester, Glasgow, Edinburgh to all the other capitals of Europe. I'd also like to see round-the-clock services every hour from London to Manchester, Liverpool, Birmingham, Glasgow and Edinburgh. This will persuade far more people to get out of their cars. If we do all this, it will be 30 billion well spent, because then we will then have a world-class railway which can carry a lot of passengers. We can bring the signalling up to date. The other point I'm going to mention is that by 2026 these high-speed trains will be old hat. Maybe if we insist on a high-speed link, maybe we should go for these magnetic trains which can go even faster and smoother. So that's the end of my little talk today. Think about it. Don't spend 30 billion to produce a railway that none of us can afford to travel on. Thank you and cheerio for now. God bless, while it's still legal in the UK to say God bless. Take care.